Hello folks, I'm going to start today with another view of our experienced roller. I've drawn a circle around his leading hand. I want you to notice how little movement there is in it, how it stays in my little circle. So that's really indicating that his arm is staying in a controlled and defined space. He's protecting his shoulder and his joints by keeping his arms quiet. I want you to notice how low his elbow is. Now I'm going to show it again, slow. He's doing kind of a sweep to sea or screw roll. It's his own thing. Goes down again. Now I'm going to make him fall in the water a bunch of times, guys. You can see he pulls down a little bit, a little hip snap. His elbows stay down. His arms are quiet. Next up here, we're going to look at my friend Sasha. He's experiencing some shoulder pain. He has a reliable roll on his left side, very reliable. He's working on his right side roll, which would be his non-dominant side. Let me run through this a couple of times. This appears to be a C to C. He goes from position 1 to position 2. I have to say, I've watched Sasha roll lots. He generally does some C to C, his own personal version of the C to C, but he is having shoulder pain. So the first thing I'm going to point out here is how high his hands are in relation to his shoulders. See, I put the little dots there. Hands high, shoulders low. Um, yeah, so let me go for a little bit. I'm going to play with him, throw him in the water a bunch of times. And excuse me, tool's getting out of control. Here we go. I want you to see again how high that elbow even is, and the fact that his off-water arm or his upper arm is reaching across his body. His on-water arm, his control arm, is extended away, and again, hands still way above shoulder. Look how far that arm is out, both away from him and behind him. And then his upper arm is literally crossing his body. And I've watched Sasha roll a lot. This is a pretty characteristic roll for him. And I'm excited by the opportunity to help him experience less pain. We're going to be working on getting him to finish with less arm extension. The C to C is a great solid roll, and his roll is good. That is, he comes up, but he needs to finish in a more upright position. Here I've drawn this line, so these are the things I'm going to work on. I want him in a more upright position. I want his shoulder forward of there so his body isn't rotated, as I indicate with this arrow, that his body is rotated back. So again, let's go all the way through it one more time. We're going to be working on arms and what his body is doing. I believe that that phrase, T-Rex arms, is going to come into play while we play with his roll. Here we're going to look at Corinne. We're going to look at Corinne's layback roll. And Here I've thrown her in the water a bunch of times. She does a great layback roll in that she really gets onto the back deck. I would like to see her hands finishing in a little higher position. Here I'm going to drop some dots here. So when I talked about the T-Rex arms on Sasha, I'm talking about T-Rex arms as well on our friend Corinne here. I want her hands to be just a little higher. However, I do want to point out, look at this really low elbow. Her elbows are low on both sides. Her hands are below her shoulders. She's really protecting her joints. Let's throw her in the water one more time. So yes, the only thing that I would change about this for Corinne at this moment is getting her hands to be in a little tighter and a little higher than they are. So closer to her shoulders. But look how low those elbows are. Elbows below shoulders. She's protecting her joints beautifully here. And she actually has pretty quiet arms, quiet hands. Elbow is so low, which I just love to see. I love to see these low elbows, hands, shoulder height are lower. This is a good example. It's a good example for us for this particular thing. Thanks, Corinne.